Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm at the Petrified Forest National Park in northeast Arizona. They have a lot of really large petrified logs here. I'm going to show you some of them. And they also have the Painted Desert, which is a very beautiful desert area that I'm going to show you as well. And right here at the entrance sign, they have some really good examples of some big logs. Let's take a close look at the top of this one. You can see the various layers, and there are 4 more log pieces. I bet this one has been sat on millions of times. They also have this picture, this map at the front here. I'm coming in from the south end, and as you can see here, there are several different stops that go up to Interstate 40, and north of the interstate is where the Painted Desert can be seen. Now, the Painted Desert goes all across northeast Arizona, all the way to where the Grand Canyon starts. So here you can see only a small portion of it. Well, let's go in and I'll show you around the park. Well, first let's see what's in the visitor center and the Rainbow Forest Museum. Some of the sample pieces are highly polished, like this one. And they got a big dinosaur jaw on display here. Imagine having that many teeth. Wow. Well, I've heard of various things turned to stone. I've never heard of a river turned to stone. Wonder how that happens. I'm kind of surprised at all the dinosaur bones they have here. And right behind the visitor center, they have quite a large collection of some really long petrified logs, and a pathway here where you can walk out amongst them. Yes, quite an amazing collection. This is the walkway. This trail goes up a bit of an elevation from the visitor center there. Here's some big logs. I personally find it hard to imagine how a wood log, the entire log, could turn to stone like that. It just doesn't seem naturally possible. Now, I don't think there are any really long logs that are all in one piece. As they display them here, they have to piece together various pieces that just seem to fit. And I would say most of them don't seem quite as colorful. I mean, when you get into polishing them, I think that's when the color really comes out. Now, this walkway goes quite a distance out there. I'm not going to go the full distance. After a little while, you may get tired of seeing these logs. But look how they're just scattered everywhere. Here's the end of a really big one. Here's a couple big ones that's all one piece. Another thing they have here to see is the Agate House. It's a trail from across the street from the visitor center. Here's a brief description of how the logs were created. This is the trail to the Agate House. with a lot of small, fairly small logs along the way. That's kind of a big one right there. And the house is up on the hill, right there. The agate house is a house built out of petrified wood. Can you imagine that? This plaque here tells about it, and it has a diagram here to show what it looks like from up above. This says they are monitoring the stability. I'd say it's pretty damn stable if you ask me. Any house made out of rock, pretty stable. Although obviously it has no roof. And this second structure here, looking down into it, is really nothing there. I'm not sure what it was used for. It doesn't have a way to get in other than through the roof. Whereas the main house at least has a window. Well, I was mistaken. It does have a roof. A wooden roof. Just has this ladder. So that ladder is the way to get in and out of the house. So somebody just collected pieces of this petrified wood, which is just scattered all over here. Got some mortar and built them a little shelter house. And this is the back side of the house. So there's only that one window in front. I see how it's very doable building this. But my question is, why would anyone want to live here in the middle of a desert? Because that's all you have here. It's just desert. Well, folks, I think this is just a stunning collection of petrified wood. All of these wood pieces, I guess, are all petrified wood. And then you have this stack of rocks there. That's the visitor center. And this is one of the largest collections I've seen here. The Park Service built this covered picnic table area. And just past that picnic table is this Long Logs Loop trail, which goes a half a mile way out into the desert there to see this big collection of logs more up close. I think I'll be seeing plenty petrified wood without taking that trail. This one almost looks like it's polished. And this one has got some nice natural color in it. So just past the visitor center, this bridge crosses the Gym Camp Wash, which right now is bone dry. But I hear they do occasionally get flash floods. Now, driving north from the visitor center, it's all desert with some interesting features, kind of like this, but very little petrified wood. Just here and there, you see some pretty close to the highway, but nothing like the collections around the visitor center area. This is the first parking stop I've come to since the visitor center. This is called the Crystal Forest. It's got a paved walking way here that goes, I'm not sure how far out. Here's some really attractive pieces, petrified wood. There's a lot of pieces around here. And up on the hill there But sorry, no free samples. You can buy in the gift shops that they have in the park and just outside of the park. This tells about when the Crystal Forest was really a forest. And they've got some really nice log samples right here next to the trail. And a lot of these is well embedded into the ground like that. I'm not going to go too far out into the area here. It obviously is just going to be pretty much more of the same. This one's a little different. Here's another scenic overlook. This is called Agate Bridge, which I guess you can see out there. Yes, that is it right there. This long petrified log that is a bridge over the crevice there, so you can walk to the other side of it. That's the Agate Bridge. And there's more hiking you can do here. I don't see any petrified wood, just real rock. So I'm continuing on the road going north. It's mostly just a flat road like this. Now the scenery is getting a little more interesting. Well, I've passed up, I think it's been 4 or 5 parking lots for scenic overlooks, and I'm now at the Interstate 40 crossing, going into the Painted Desert area. So here is the first overlook point of the Painted Desert. You can see some colorful layers on the side of the, I guess that's sort of a canyon there. And you can see how the desert just goes out as far as you can see. I wonder why this one has a white top there. What is that? There's one of the local residents of the Painted Desert. Here's a good overlook point. This just shows some of the peaks in the background. That's some nice views of the desert. You see the color coming through. Kind of dramatic right there. They actually have a hotel here in the national park. And travelers information. And this overlook is just to the right of the hotel. You can see some color streaks there. You zoom in. And just a little further down the road is this really nice shot here. This shows some interesting layers. Kind of colorful here too. And it's very rusty red color here. And just a little further north on the road is this overlook point. And this is the last view of the Painted Desert before the road exits the park. Very nice. Got the mostly bare desert here, and then the green up on that hillside. So this is my last shot. If you're driving I-40 northeast Arizona, I'd say it's definitely worth taking a diversion to see the Painted Desert and the Petrified Forest National Park. It's really a beautiful place. Good day, folks.